Hey you guys, welcome to the video. So today we are talking all about Elements Lakewood Festival, which if some of you don't know about this festival, it is a smaller, more boutique camping festival that actually takes place in Lakewood, Pennsylvania. The dates were actually moved, so it's going to be over Labor Day weekend in 2021, September 3rd to the 6th. In today's video, I am actually going to be doing a lineup review and giving you a bunch of recommendations. I used to do these videos all the time when we were in the middle of festival season, and I really missed doing this. So once I saw this lineup, it just spoke to me, and I felt like we should talk about it because there's a lot of incredible acts on here. And one thing I will say about this event that gets me really excited is there's obviously so much house. There's some techno on here as well, and then we've got a bunch of incredible bass acts, so it's very diverse. They also put a lot of emphasis on new and up-and-coming talent, which I respect the hell out of. So there's a lot of names on here that you might not recognize, but you should definitely spend the time and look into them. So I hope this video helps and maybe you find some new artists that you guys will like out of this. I am personally hoping to attend. I haven't bought a ticket yet, but I'm like pretty sure I'm gonna go. If the Rave gods will allow this to happen, I definitely want to make this happen. I have never been before. It's been on my radar. I haven't done a camping festival, and I'm from New Jersey, so it's not that far. I think it's like a 2.5-hour drive for me. And Elements had successfully done, I believe it was at least 2 events in 2020 because they have a 2-step COVID testing system, and they will also be taking proof of vaccine as a way to get into this event as well. So I firmly believe they will have this event in September. No questions asked. Basically, you get a PCR test, I think like probably within 72 hours, and then you take a rapid test arriving at the event. So say you're going with a car of people, if one of you tests positive in the car, you all have to turn around and go home. So that's the only like thing you risk. But again, at that point, maybe a lot more people will be vaccinated, so you can show proof of vaccination to get into this event as well. Hi guys. Editing Emma here. So I ended up speaking to the founders of Elements, and basically the 2-step system sounded like it really worked because essentially if you test negative for the first one, you're really not going to go anywhere within the next 2 days. So they said anybody testing positive at the door, it was like a very, very small percentage because the first test weeded out a lot of people. So I don't think you're really going to run into the issue of testing positive at the door because you're taking that first test. So I just wanted to put that out there. With all that being said, let's just jump right into this lineup. So like I said, one thing I really admire about this is the overall theme of this festival. I really like that it's essentially all of the elements. So you've got a fire stage, earth stage, air stage, and water stage, and they all have a little bit of a different kind of like vibe to them, which is cool. Also, I mentioned this is a camping festival, but there are also cabins and apartments. It takes place on a summer camp, which is pretty cool. So it does give me electric forest vibes. There are woods and some of the stages are within the forest. And then there's also this big lake in the middle of it, and they have a pirate ship, which is pretty cool. So I will leave a link down below if you guys are interested in learning more and you want to check out what tickets are available. With that being said, first up is the fire stage, which clearly is like the main stage. This is where all your headliners are. So Friday, the headliner is blurred out. Very curious who that's gonna be. Saturday, we're starting out hot with Chris Lake. I am a Chris Lake stan. If you guys didn't already know, I'm a house head. I love house music. Chris Lake is one of my favorite producers. He is an absolute genius. So that immediately I was like, check, done, I'm going to this. And then on Sunday you have Diplo, which I think will be really fun to see him do a set at this type of event. He has a lot of incredible house music, so I think he would play something pretty groovy and cool and very fitting for Elements. And then next up you have, I believe it's pronounced Bonobo DJ, sorry if I messed that up. This is a massive electronic artist, a little bit more chilled out, not necessarily like my cup of tea, but I know this will be a big draw for a lot of people. I would say in general, a lot of these artists I feel like are very fitting with the overall vibe of this festival because again, it is a little bit more, I would say like arts and wellness. Like it's a camping festival, it seems more laid back. Definitely more chill kind of house, and then you have like vibey bass sets as well. Again, think like smaller electric forest kind of vibes. On fire stage, we also have Walker and Royce, which I could not recommend anymore, you guys. They are incredible. I love them. I've seen them before. I would not miss that set. You also have Will Clark on here, who is another house artist that I'm a big fan of more recently. Haven't had the chance to see him live yet, and I'm super excited for him. Definitely check out his songs Hallelujah, Take Me Higher, and Let's Rave. I really recommend those. Jay Wara is an amazing underground house artist. She's got a really cool vibe. She's released tracks on Tech Records, which is Noizu's label, Realm, which is Gorgon City's label, and Mousetrap as well. I haven't had the chance to see her, so I would love to catch a set by her. Dylan Nathaniel, guys, these are some of my favorite house artists. I can't even describe it. And like, yes, they all are different subgenres of house. They've all got their own, you know, vibe and energy, but Dylan Nathaniel is easily one of my favorites out there. He's gonna bring you like fun, high energy, even a little bit more bass house, but he did just do an EP on Sola Records, which is a tech house label from Solardo. So highly recommend him. I still have not seen him live. Codes is gonna be more funky bass house. They've done music on Night Bass, Sturdy Bird, and Realm as well. The Golden Pony is good for like future bass or indie pop. I definitely think that would be a really fun set. And then I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correct, but in the smaller letters, you have Aki, I believe, is a German techno producer. So as I was doing my research for this lineup, I always like to look up the names that I don't recognize, and I really liked his vibe. So if you guys like techno, I would check him out. And then I would check out N2N as well. According to Spotify, they are a self-proclaimed disciple of P-Funk. They blend classic funk with a modern twist, and it's a little bit more kind of soulful music, which I would actually say a lot of the artists on here kind of give me like a very soulful kind of vibe. So that's everybody I would recommend at Fire Stage. Moving on to Earth Stage. This is from a Bass Heads. All right, you guys, if you're into wonky shit, if you want some weird experimental bass in your motherfucking face, this stage is for you. Would I spend as much time here? If I'm being honest with you, no, guys, I probably would not. You already know where I would be at. Fire and Air Stage, and even Water. But there are some artists on here you should take note of, and I definitely would stop here to catch a set or two. First and foremost, you've got Ganja White Night. This is gonna be good for all of my huge bass heads who are into some like wobbly AF music. I've never seen a Ganja White Night set, but everybody says it's a really good time. So here's my opportunity. Closey. Do not sleep on Closey. She's been absolutely killing it. Her Neon Jungle album is amazing. She kind of gives me like a very multi-dimensional layered sound. It's a little bit of like worldly influences to it. It kind of makes me, I don't know, it makes me feel airy. Like airy, vibey music is how I would describe it, and still bass music. We have a blurred out name here, so that's exciting. Wonder who that artist is gonna be. Probably somebody bass. Rusko is a legend, pioneer of dubstep. Desert Dwellers, according to Spotify, is a blend of deep bass, earthy percussions, etheric voices, and cross-cultural instrumentation, which sounds really cool, so definitely check them out. Essex is really cool. He's a visual artist, but he's also a bass-centric artist as well, so I definitely would look into Essex. The Whittler is gonna be more of your like reggae dub kind of vibes. And then Supertask, I looked up, his music to me was, it was eclectic, but it was way more like slow and chill, and then sometimes like a little bit more throbbing bass sounds, but it definitely was a blend of like heavy and calm bass. Megan Hamilton was cool when I looked her up. I liked her sound. Again, according to Spotify, she is more hypnotic bass with funky riffs and house grooves. She kind of reminded me of Grizz in a way. So if you guys like Grizz, I would definitely check out Megan Hamilton. I think she'll be awesome. And then for the rest of the artists here, I'm not familiar with their names. I did listen to all of them on Spotify and look them up. Take your pick. Honestly, I would say if you guys don't recognize a name, look them up, find their music, check it out, see who feels good to you. Champa has had releases on Zed's Dead's label Deadbeats, so definitely check out Champa. But yeah, I would just explore, open your horizons, find some more artists, because I think all these people, if you like bass music, I would definitely recommend any of these artists. All right, moving on to the Air Stage. This stage to me just screams like good vibes, soulful music. We're here to have a good time. There's a couple special things about this, but first we'll start out with Bob Moses. So Bob Moses club set, which is interesting because I actually I don't listen to Bob Moses a lot. I love their song Desire with Zoo. A lot of artists have actually remixed songs by them, but a club set I would definitely be very interested in because typically they're more like moody electronic music, a lot of lyrical content, guitar is incorporated, but a club set leads me to believe it'll be obviously a little bit more upbeat, which I think would be very, very special, so I would definitely check that out. I'm a huge Yotto fan. I really love Yotto. If you guys love Lane 8, if you love Anjuna Deep, you will love Yato. I've listened to a lot of his sets. I've seen him live before, and I'm a big fan of him. So I would definitely be at his set. And then you have Desert Hearts presents a couple different artists here. So Desert Hearts is a really cool, unique label. Again, Mikey Lyon is kind of like the head of Desert Hearts, and they, again, are just like fun house and techno music with a lot of soul. Also a little bit kind of like psychedelic and trippy, depending on which artist you're talking about here. So Lee Reynolds in particular has been around for a long time. I wanted to read this description that was on the Desert Hearts website because I thought it was awesome. But he has a very long history in the rave scene. Again, his like sets people say are more like a spiritual experience. So that is very intriguing to me. It says, when I DJ, I want people to feel ecstatic, in a zone, in the moment, like the only thing that matters is the dance. I don't want to play music that people can dance to. I want to play music that makes people dance. I want it to sound like aliens are about to land on the dance floor. It says he channels his past lives, tastes, adventures, and perspectives into dance floor magic that captures you upon first beat and does not release. House, techno, acid, and breaks, they're all conjuring up in a plume of purple haze, and that little mad bastard is at the center of it all. How good does that sound? This is what I'm saying. If you don't look into some of these artists that you don't know, you will miss these incredible performances. And so I would be at the Desert Hearts stage. I think all of that sounds amazing, and I haven't seen any of these people before. And then Marbs on here I would point out as well as more dark underground techno. So if you guys like that, definitely check out Marbs. The only other person I want to point out on air stage for me personally is Cassian. I haven't had a chance to see Cassian live, but I've been loving some of his singles. To me, he's a little bit more tech house. Like, think, if you like Rufus Du Sol, actually, I think you would be into Cassian. His music kind of like takes you on a journey. I just feel like I would be in the vibes, in the moment, and I would really enjoy his set. So those are all the people I would recommend on the air stage. Again, if you guys don't recognize any names, definitely look up some of the other people. And then lastly, we have the water stage. Again, a lot of house artists on here as well. Claude Von Stroke is at the top. He is doing a Sunday daytime set, which is really cool. I think that he'd bring a lot of interesting vibes to that, but he is the head of Dirty Bird Records, guys. You're gonna get incredible, fun, groovy house music at a Claude Von Stroke set. Then you have Golf Clap on here, which I've actually never seen Golf Clap, but again, it's gonna be fun and eclectic. I feel like each set is different. All kinds of house, all kinds of good, high energy. And you're also gonna get a little bit of funk and bass house, so it's kind of different every time, but it'll be a good time. Then you have my girl, LP Giobbi, who I am now a stan. I love her. I had the opportunity of interviewing her on the Festival Insider podcast, and I'm a stan now. She is known as the piano house queen. She is trained in classical music, and so she's a piano player, and she brings in different live instruments into her sets. She's only been DJing for like the last 3 years, I want to say, so it's still new to her, but she is a lovely beam of light. Her personality is amazing, and you guys are gonna love some of the house tracks that she puts in. It's a little bit more groovy. Like, I almost feel like she sometimes does a little bit of disco house, so I think you guys will like her a lot. The Sponges are a bass house act, so check out the songs The Ratchet Express and Feelin' Alright. I'm a big bass house fan, so I would definitely see the Sponges. And then Discal is the other one I would recommend. Again, releases on Dirty Bird, which isn't surprising because you've got Claude here, so he probably brought in a couple artists on his stage. And I think that's everything. Those are all my recommendations. I would definitely be popping around here. I feel like this type of event, really, like, the lineup is secondary. It's about the experience and just exploring and having fun and then trying new things and going kind of like where you feel pulled to, what music is like picking up your ear and you're like, I want to go dance to that set. So I think this is awesome. I think if you're a bass head, you're a house head, you like techno, you like a mix of everything like me, I think you would really like this lineup and this festival. Again, I am hoping to land a ticket to this event, so I hope I will see some of you guys there. Maybe it will be one of the first festivals back. That'd be really cool. And with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you are new to my channel, I would love it if you guys would hit the subscribe button down below, and you can turn on the post notifications bell so you're notified every single time that I upload. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.